And so Snotius I was victorious over his rival, Orcius II. He had won the headbutt contest and solidified his rule over the other greenskins. Admittedly, he had blatantly cheated and thrown a punch in a headbutt contest, but that demonstrated some good low cunning, a necessary and admirable trait in a war boss. But Snotius did not want any of the duller-minded greenskins stirring up trouble, saying that he won via gittery, so he picked up his chain chopper and gave the reeling Orcius II a good crack on the head with the non-choppy part of his weapon, sending the orc into unconsciousness again. Gave you another lump on the noggin to make sure you remember who's boss. It was then that Red Shirt 5 piped up. I don't know if bashing him in the head is going to make him remember any better. Watch your mouth, or I'll make you remember too. Not wanting to uphold the legacy of his namesakes, Red Shirt 5 wisely shut his trap. Having secured his position as top greenskin, Snotius continued to review his territory. The fresh orcs, he thought, should be moved towards Megahumiopolis to aid with the construction of the grand road system that would soon unite the Empire, and then they would be armed with shooters and choppers looted from the settlement. As Snotius surveyed Snotantinople, he also noticed a few new varieties of squig popping up all over the city. Most notably the helmet squig, whose hard shell fit perfectly over green-skinned skulls and made for excellent helmets. They would be added to the growing arsenal of War Snotius. Snotius still had 2 settlements yet to survey. He had yet to visit Wolf Tree, where Tree Climber and his crew had started a settlement. He didn't expect to find much there. It had only been a few days since the place was established. They hadn't even had enough time for the first snotlings to pop up yet. He decided to head there first. Afterwards, Snotius would move on to Snotantium. It was then that Snotius paused and stroked his chin in sudden thought. Snotantium, after all, was meant to be named after Snotbow, the trusted mutated snotling that had stood by his side during the ancient battle between Snotius and Skullbash of nearly several months ago. It only occurred to Snotius that it might appear to others that he had named the commando settlement after himself. Snotius? Snotantium? Well, this had to be remedied immediately. Byzantium would be the name of the town, to properly honor the best and most cunning commando in all of Snotopia. Snotius returned to his raft and briefly stopped by Wolf Tree. The skeleton of the settlement was now laid out. Small huts were hidden amongst the branches, and Snotius could see the snotlings crawling in and out of the nooks and crannies. Tree Climber was in the midst of teaching his snots how to climb and scout properly, but there wasn't much for Snotius to do or say. So he simply gave a salute to Tree Climber as he continued training his young snots, and the war boss continued his own journey down to Byzantium. The commando village was an outlier compared to the other greenskin settlements. The huts were hidden amongst the trees and stumps and blended seamlessly in with the land around it. Snotius knew what he was looking for, but a Humie, if they stumbled through right now, might not have known that they just stuck their foot in a nest of sneaky greenskins. Upon Snotius's arrival, Snotbow emerged from the shadows and approached the boss. "Hey, boss. I just wanted to tell you that I've been doing some exploring. I've been exploring up north, through the dark woods, And let me tell you, I've seen some weird stuff. You go further north, and it's just more and more dark woods. All kind of weird Yumi squigs start showing up. Some of them got too many heads. Some of them got too many legs. Some of them ain't got enough heads or legs or tails. When I keep going, the dark woods starts looking more like some dead woods. More trees is dead. More weird trees. More trees with weird leaves that ain't green. Trees with weird squiggly branches. I don't care about what's going on up north. We got Yumis to fight right here and right now. We got a big Humi city south of Mega Humiopolis that might even be bigger than Mega Humiopolis. Sure thing, boss. You still want me to send at least some of me boys to go take a look up north? Snotius picked his nose in thought. Yeah, sure. I don't need too many boys to scout. I just need you to get eyes on the place, and then get back to me. If you want to send boys up north, go ahead and send 2 Edge, Punching Bag, Slash, Shade, and Steve. They can take whatever snots they want. Go see what weird stuff is going on up there. Sure thing, boss. I'll get them geared up. Then I'll hop on the raft with you. Right. I'm gonna grab some more boys from Mega Humiopolis, and then we'll be on our way. I've got some work up there for 'em. As the small expedition prepared to head north, Snotius gathered a mob of boys to head up to Mega Humiopolis and prepare for the next big fight. With him, he took Orcus II, Humius, and Noogie Boy. They had already been sent up to work on the bridge and the road and so forth. Snotius then decided to bring along Double D as well. He was beginning to act a bit weird. And if he were left alone without supervision at Big Cave, that might cause some problems. Tree Climber and his tree dogs, Tom and Jerry, would come along as well. Then 3 additional grots from Snot-Tantinople would be brought along as well. Wile E. Coyote, Dexter, and Dee Dee. Snotius then added 40 snotlings for good measure. With his assembled mob, Snotius I traveled to Mega Humiopolis in preparation for the next big fight. His army, with such numbers and gubbins that had never been seen in the entire history of Snotopia, well, he felt ready for anything the scrawny Humies could throw at him. Truly, nothing could stop the relentless march of the greenskins and the glory of Snotopia.
No man do they call me. My mother and my father, and all my comrades as well. Thank you all for listening to the latest episode of Growing the Tribe. If you enjoyed what you heard, please leave a like and a comment so that one day you too can form the largest army you've ever seen out of a couple handfuls of friends and 40 babies. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so in order to follow the progress of the ever-growing empire of Snotopia. If you would like to support me and what I do on this channel, links to my Patreon, my PayPal, and my Teespring are linked down in the description. And if you have absolutely no idea what's going on, you can click on the Growing the Tribe playlist to watch this series from the beginning, and that link should be appearing on your screen right now. Thank you all once again for listening. No Man out.